I'm Sharon Bill, welcome to my YouTube channel. I realise that many of my vlogs are motivation orientated. I'm trying to inspire you and me to keep practicing, to really keep on with our music and to keep digging in, and that's all well and good. However, I want to redress the balance a little bit, and we're not machines. We don't just keep on day after day after day after day without a break, and sometimes it's okay, it's beneficial to just give it a rest. I know I have this last few days and I feel so much better for it. So yes, in a general sense, but also practicing a certain piece of music, there is, in a certain sense, and we'll talk about this later, we'll qualify this, there is a certain way that you can over practice, and sometimes it's just good to step away. And so I say this in a cautionary tone because you've got to be careful. This could be taken as a license to just not practice. Oh, just give it a rest, have a break. And I know that there are many times, I've mentioned in a previous vlog, where, we just feel too tired to bother. And if we just always kept on like that, you'd never really get down to it, would you? There's always something that could take you away. And so you need to have established the rule before you then break the rule. And so long as you have a good practice routine, it's definitely a good thing to sometimes just take a break. And I think that's been perhaps lost a little bit whilst we've been in this lockdown situation, because we haven't really been able to go anywhere. And so why not just keep going? Why not just keep doing things? And it's been good to stay motivated. But, I've really enjoyed just having a few days, a good week really, of just taking some time. The sun's out here in the UK. It's still cold, but it's just been nice to get out in the sunshine, and the restrictions have lifted a bit, and it's just been really great to just get outside and just have a rest. I just want to kind of even it out and just make sure that, I know we're not automatons, and so we have to just take a break, and we're so much better for it. And, I'm feeling so much more invigorated to think, right, after the weekend I'm going to crack on, and I've really enjoyed that, but now it's time to get back on with this and that, and I've enjoyed doing other things, but now it's time to get back to it. So there is that in a general sense. So I just want to equal the scales to make sure I don't sound like I'm always being this workaholic, push, push, push. It is good to take a break. But more specifically, and this is the one where you've got to be really careful. I can only say this carefully. It is possible to, in a certain way, over practice a piece of music. And I don't mean that, I've done it enough, I can do it now, so I'm just gonna give that a rest. There's no standing still. You're either going forwards or you're going backwards. We don't want to go backwards. However, sometimes if you just keep repeating, and it's mindless repetition that is the problem, once you've got a piece under your fingers, sometimes you can switch your brain off and just keep playing it through, and actually then it starts to get worse. It does go backwards. And so sometimes it's a good idea to just step away from it, leave it, and just give it a rest for a few days. And I think that's a bit like when you're doing a crossword, and you know the word, the answer to the clue, but it's just sort of on the edge of your thinking, and you can't quite pinpoint it. And so if you just leave it, walk away, go and do something else, and then somehow your brain processes it without you overthinking it, and you come back to yeah, I've got it now, and you just write it down. Sometimes you just got to step away. And it's the same with a piece of music. If you've got it under your fingers, you've done the practice, and it always surprises me how much practice a piece of music requires. You think you've got it, and then suddenly something goes bizarrely wrong, so you have to slow it down, rework it back, slow it down, rework it back, and you've got to actively pursue that. But sometimes, if it's just getting nowhere. And no matter what you do, it's just getting worse. And it's not for the lack of trying. Sometimes it's just a good idea to just take a break, walk away, do something else, play another piece of music, or just have a little bit of a break, then come back to it. And so it's very much, if you've established the rule, if you've got your practice routine in good order, and it's not the general run of events, you've got your practice routine and your schedule's going, the exception to the rule is, do you know what? Take a break, have a rest, and then you're ready to get back to it. So it's not an excuse to be lazy. It's not an excuse to give up. But it is good to have a rest. And I think it's just, I want to redress the balance. It's good to be motivated. It's good to be inspired. But sometimes just stepping away, get out into the sunshine, have a rest. I know I've certainly enjoyed that. And now I feel much more invigorated and I'm ready to crack on. Thanks for listening. Bye.